report have been able to go through it. And part of it is, as businesses strive or desire to undertake the sustainability reporting, is to understand that we are not doing it for the sake of doing it. It is not a checkbox. Yes, it is you reporting the real thing as it is happening in your business, because amongst the very many benefits that you can get from reporting on the impact of your business, on the environment, on the social bit, and the governance issues, is opening the opportunities for investors to get into your business. Once you've done that, because businesses are looking for finances all over, then how do you get those finances? There are those, I call them the usual ways in which you're going to be raising finances, but the ESG financing model is one that is growing. So if businesses are able to leverage on their strength and reach out to partners like us to support them in the reporting, then I believe we are having a very bright future on matter of sustainability reporting in Kenya for small, medium enterprises in Kenya.
Right. Do we say Nico Green or Nico Green?
I say I am green.
I am green. So, at Nico Green,
yes.
Now when a business wants you to come through to help them with sustainability reporting, what can they expect?
One, it is a journey that you will not walk alone. We will be with you all through the way, because the reporting in itself requires you to be supported all through the way. One, help you identify what are your material issues, how do they align to the SDGs, and how are the SDGs aligned to your business operations. Then we're able to walk with you through that journey. And then it is also, the reporting is not a one shoe that fits all. It is dependent on the size of the business. Yes.
Okay. How can they reach to you for this kind of collaboration?
So we are available on the socials, on Twitter at Nico Green KE, Nico Green in lowercase, KE is uppercase. We're on Facebook, Nico Green, on LinkedIn, Nico Green as well. Or you can reach to us through our office email, info@nicogreen.com, or our telephone line, 0777 612 841.
You can repeat it on that camera so they get that number correct.
For you to be able to reach out to us to support you in a sustainability reporting landscape, sustainability reporting, you can reach out to us through our email, info@nicogreen.com, or on the telephone lines of 0777 612 841. Also, you can reach us on the socials. On Twitter, we are at Nico Green KE. Nico Green is lowercase, KE is uppercase. On Facebook and LinkedIn, we are at Nico Green.
All right. Maybe a last one, which is a bit of a digression from the whole conversation, but still sticking in line with matters of sustainability. Sustainability reporting for business, of course, as we said, is what kind of impact it has on the environment, the social environment, the governance environment as well. Why is it important that a business has a positive impact in those areas?
One, there is a growing customer, shareholder, and investor awareness on these particular issues. So people are looking at, I am only going to be associated with the businesses that is having a positive impact on the environment. I'm only going to do business with the businesses with a business that has good social impact. So on the social, look at the net employee engagement, the worker safety, the employee rights, and all that. On the governance issues, does the businesses have an anti-corruption or an anti-bribery policy within it? So that in itself, the branding in itself is very key for one to be able to realize the importance of doing the reporting, apart from the other benefits that we had mentioned as we had begun the conversation.
All right. Thank you very much, Hilary, for putting that into perspective. And if you're a small business, an enterprise, a large corporate, please do reach out to Nico Green, and they will help you, of course, in trying to take a look at what is the kind of impact in ESG that your business has, and also, as you said, more opportunities for you to reach out to get investors, to access government tenders, commercial opportunities, positive branding for yourself, accessing supply chains, and of course, getting incentivized engagement from the government, as Hilary Matano there, the programs officer at Nico Green, has put it. If you missed it, we'll be uploading it on YouTube, as I always say, and you can catch the whole conversation. If you have any questions, please make sure that you send them to us, and we will be sure that to prepare Hilary and to reach out to you if you are a business. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
much. And all
much.
The best to Nico Green.
I appreciate you.
All right, coming through, of course, I said empowering women through manufacturing and construction. That is happening with Daniel Midega, the head of impact at Builder. So don't go too far. It's back to back of empowerment opportunities for you.
Lola is an app that gives you a chance to watch videos, listen to audios, and read articles wherever you are for free. Motivational stories, dramas, campus life, technology, lifestyle, adventure, sports, academics, jobs, entertainment, and more. Download Lola now on Play Store. All you need, you got Lola.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design, with branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa. Our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
Unemployment has hit you hard. Your salary is meager. You decide to venture into business, but you're struggling to thrive in it. You would want to reap a big tip on how not to run into losses.
Forget the preachy business blogs, the hyperbolic motivational speeches, and all the roads down desperation.
Hope has come with model stories from small successful entrepreneurs. We tell you these tales weekly on The Budding Entrepreneur. Join us as we help you make your trade profitable and often smile to the bank.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
People pass vuguvugu. People pass ni idea.
Sazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, ndio inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni Duniani Leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Hi everyone, my name is Magdalene Wanjogo and I'm the Executive Director at Nairobits Trust. Nairobits is a non-profit organization that is based in Nairobi, Kenya, and our work is around using technology to improve the lives of young people from urban informal settlements. So our role was to create safe spaces or girls-only centers, and also sensitize the community on the need to have young women pursue, courses in tech or STEM.
Biashara Tuesday is back on air. The hashtag you can use on social media, and when you guys notice is hashtag Biashara Tuesday. Tag us at KUTV Kenya, at Richard_OKENYE. Youth Nation Manessa _ on Twitter. Anasema we are tuned in from Moi University Annex Campus. Thank you very much, guys of Moi University and Manessa for tuning in. This one is called Zimeriet. Zimeriet, thank you for tuning in to the show. You guys have the most interesting names on social media. I'd like to see that. Ojong Mariam, Asante for tuning in. Asema, have you tried GMO? I don't know, bro. Have you? Tell me if you have, and then we'll get to know how that works out. More people tuning in, of course, on the Twitter, where we will be interacting throughout the whole show. So the hashtag Biashara Tuesday, and also tag me at Richard_Kenyan. Nitaona Emperor Shaker anasema we are done with the day to move on to another. Fungeni kazi, but bado mapema. So give up at 8 a.m. There's still more to come through. So please keep sending in your comments, feedback, questions, anything that you have. We'll be seeing it and relaying it as we go on with the show. We're coming back to conversations, and the theme today has been empowerment. Spoke about empowerment for the youth in matters of mentorship and leadership. So if you can come through to the Jeff Hill Mentorship and Leadership Summit, which has charters in Kenyatta University, Tangaza University, and I forgot the other campus. I'll remember and tell you. Please reach out to them on social media, the email address, and also on Facebook. Spoke about empowerment for businesses in terms of sustainability reporting, and now we're switching gears back to women, empowerment of women who are in the construction space. Wanasema msichana ni mrembo, lakini anakula kama fundi. Akula kama foreman, but we are trying pia akue foreman na akule kama foreman, and that is what we are doing here. It's a conversation we are setting place with Build Her, and I'm here with man like Hillary. He's going to introduce to us the kind of activities they have at Build Her and how you can join if you're a woman in that particular space. Welcome to the show. I'll allow you to introduce yourself first. And then, people want to mafundi, warembo na mafundi waji prepare, and they get to know what kind of benefits they can get from you.
Thank you. My name is Daniel Midega. I'm the head of Impact at Builder. What Builder does is we empower women through training in accredited skills. We empower women through training in accredited skills, and also try to
Right. So Builder as head of Impact, what kind of impact are you seeking to achieve with Builder?
So impact for us, for women, is we want to move women from, we interact with women. We actually train women from informal settlements in this in accredited skills, and empowerment for us is getting them to earn better. So impact for us is women are able to put more money into their pockets. Women are able to, move from more insecure areas of the informal settlements to more secure areas of informal settlements. With more money in their pockets, they're able to do this. With more money in their pockets, women are able to send their kids to school. Basically move away from poverty.
Right. Yeah. So apart from technical training, you're also availing opportunities which will benefit them after they've done the training.
Yes. So apart from technical training, we also do life skills training support. This includes something we call holistic employability and wellness skills training. So this is basically communication skills for women who have never interacted with employment before. Also involves mental health support for women. We also have nutrition support. Umesema fundi, mwanamke kula kama fundi. So we have a nutrition consultant who helps our women with the feeding, helps women with looking at how their kids also feed, because we notice that for women, health of their kids is something that affects their concentration in our classes as well. We also have physical conditioning and yoga. So for a woman to work in this sector, they have to be a bit strong. So we introduced something called physical conditioning, and we have a physical conditioning coach who helps them with gaining strength and also, stuff like manual handling, etc. But we also have a yoga consultant who helps women with, flexibility, recovery, once they do the hard work.
All right.
But basically, our training is both the technical skills, carpentry and joinery, painting and decorating, and now we're introducing tiling in January. And you can notice the stuff we train is more interior finishes, which we know women are more, they're very quality and detail oriented when it comes to finishes. So that's what we train on in terms of technical. But then since our program is more holistic, we integrate also the life skills support and the employability and wellness support as well.
Right. The societal structure has, or let's say patriarchy, has been successful in gatekeeping construction artisans to be male. Yeah. So previously the industry has been led by male. If we take a look even the building we are in, if we try to find out who were the construction artisans, we'd find maybe the majority of them were men. So now you are trying, of course, to bring that over and exclusively offer training to these women. Do they need to have prior skill before they join, or can they just come with pure interest?
It's interesting that you mentioned the construction sector being entirely male or majority male. It's still really bad currently at I think 3 to 5% representation, but we are trying to bridge that gap through training more and more women. No, we do not require previous skills in construction. We maybe I can talk about the kind of women that we train. So we recruit women who are between 18 years to 50 years old. The women are women who earn less than $3 a day. Basically, if you convert it into Kenyan shillings, the way we are used to, $1 for 100, that's 300 shillings a day. And it's usually inconsistent, so 2 to 3 days a week. And then also, we don't look at level of education. So we allow any woman at any level to attend the program, but we have a cutoff because our training is a bit technical. There's technical drawing, etc. So we allow women who are class 8 and above, but sometimes we allow women who are up to class 6. And then the women also could be single mothers, married, or just single women. But yeah, that's the demographic of women we train. We do not ask women to, show previous qualifications in construction, because the way that the training has been structured, it can turn any woman into a fundi in 4 months. Yeah.
You can turn any woman into a fundi. And we've mentioned there that, predominantly we've had, men be in the construction industry. Apart from, maybe men ensuring that they are also just giving their fellow men work, what are some of the other barriers that have prevented women from getting into this space?
Yeah, the obvious stereotypes for, like a woman cannot do the same work that a man can do. They have little strength to do the job. But other stereotypes are, basically, can I speak in Swahili?
Yeah, it's a biashara duty.
Job ni wanaume. Women can't do the job. And especially in the artisan side, on the fundi side, like women have not been given that opportunity to showcase their skills. Women have been, the stereotype is that women are more people who will carry water for fundis, for example, or pour water on walls when they're drying, or sweep the place, or feed people. So that has been the culture previously, and we're trying to change that. We're also really working hard to change attitudes of men towards women in this sector. So we do a lot of sensitization of industry partners that we work with, the employees. We have all these sessions. Like previously, we just had a conference on women fundis, the first conference in Kenya on women fundis on the 4th of November. We brought together different players just to talk about, to show that there is a women collective, women fundis who have qualified in these skills, and to have a voice to champion for, we are also here. We can do this just as the men.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, for the time that you've already been doing this, how long has it been, by the way, and what has been the impact like?
In this sector?
Yes.
So Builder was founded in 2018 as a subsidiary of a Scottish charity called Orchid Studio. Since 2018, we started our training in March of 2019, and it's been 3 years of empowering women. So far we've trained, we have a cohort that is graduating in December, but previously we've trained around 418 women and graduated 78% of those women, around 324. So of course the training is a bit intensive, so some women will drop out, but others have actually built, 78% of the ones who have trained have actually built or are building careers in construction. By 2024, we hope to have trained at least around 2,000 women, but then we have a bigger goal of training 4,000 women by 2030. And then using that training, our model is to like train women at Builder 4,000 women, but then partner with partners like NCA who have access to more construction employers to train more, and our target is to have around 6,000 women trained through that partner network. So our target by 2030 would be to train around 10,000 women.
Yeah. All right, so that is what Build Her is trying to do, breaking down that those social economic barriers that keep women from accessing vocational training and securing high-paying jobs in the construction sector. And we're going to, of course, know how that process looks like. So once they've tried to join, how the registration process is like, how long does that training period take, and how intense is it? You can take us through the program, maybe a brief look into the model of training. You said there's life skill training, there's technical training. Do those happen throughout that period, and how exactly is that timeline looking like for Builder or for the women who will be joining Builder? Remember, Builder, of course, if you're joining us right now, Builder is training women specifically and exclusively in the construction industry. So from start to finish of the program, how does that look like from the registration part to the end of graduation?
Yeah. Oh, and we have, currently we are doing the next recruitment in December for the 10th cohort.
Okay.
So basically we throw out a call for applications into the communities we serve. We started with 3 communities, Korogosho, Huruma, Mathare, but now we've expanded to around 11 informal settlements in Nairobi. We have guys coming all the way from Kawangware to join the program. So basically, people apply to join the program. So we send out the call through social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, and we also ask our alumni, women who have already gone through the program, to market the same program to their friends, to their families, to join. After this, women either come to our offices in Babadogo to sign their names to be considered for the program, or we have a number that we have on our posters that they can call and give details. After they give details, we have a team, the impact team and the community team, call up these women, all the women who have registered. So we don't discriminate against anyone. We call up all the women who have registered to join the program to come for interviews, because for a program that attracts up to 400 women every cohort as applicants, we only have a few slots. Yeah, because it's very intensive. So we do interviews, and the interviews are very highly collaborative. Our team plus community partners and some NGO partners that we work with and support the women sit in these interviews, select women through, we have a selection criteria and questions that look at women's ability to work in the sector, their mental health space, if they actually need the program or not. And these questions guide us on the kind of women that we recruit. So once the women have been recruited, they join the program 1 week later, because we don't also want to keep them waiting for so long.
Right.
And they now go through the training. So the training, as you say, is very intensive. 4 months of technical training, technical drawing, the life skills training. And then after the 4 months, they graduate or they transition into what we call employment placement. So the 4 months is basically to, highly intensive workshop training in our offices in Babadogo, and we welcome you to come and tour. We'll have visitors. 4 4 months of workshop training, intensive, both classwork and physical, practical work in our workshop. It's been set up for that kind of work and for women. Really set up for women to, we've considered the kind of people we are training.
Yeah.
And then after the 4 months, now women transition into what I told you, it's called employment placement. So during employment placement, women still work as they learn. So we know that 4 months is not enough to produce like a fully developed fundi. So it's almost like like what in university we call, is it an attachment or internship?
Internship,
Yeah.
attachment, yes.
Yeah. So after the 4 months, you go into another 4 months of employment placement, and this allows women to now work under a skilled fundi and better develop their skills.
Do you help them with, are you the ones to link them up?
So we have different models. We have a model where Builder has employer partners, bigger employers, larger employers will employ, 5, 10, 15 women at a go. So we curate those partnerships, and we, transition women into jobs into such partnerships. But we also encourage women during our HUES training, the holistic employability and wellness support, skills training, encourage women to, we teach them to negotiate for jobs. We teach them to, be a go-getter. You can't have skills and then sit down.
And then just sit and wait for opportunities.
So a large percentage of women do not wait for Builder to place them. They actually go and look for employment on their own, but then we support them to transition into those jobs safely. Yeah, so that other model is called self-placement. So we have the self-placement model and then the Builder-supported placement model as well.
So now, that's amazing. I'm just wowed by the kind of impact that you're able to achieve by these different models which you are applying still under Builder. So for the future, maybe, what do you expect Builder to look like? Do you turn it to a training institute, or just let's stick to what we began with as a model? It's people start as a mentorship center, and then few months later it's Mentorship Institute of Kenya, or if it's Leadership Institute of Kenya. Do you intend for it to head to a place where there's a curriculum, a fully fledged curriculum, where you enroll people as a normal school does?
Wow, so excellent question, Richard. So what do I see Builder? At a personal level, I know we're growing really fast, and it's amazing to see how much we've grown in just 3 years. The kind of demand for the program that we're getting from the communities that we serve. Of course, we want to grow and grow quickly, but grow, gradually and safely, so that we are able to support.
Bite what you can swallow.
Yes. But that said, yes, we do not just want to, have this program only serve Nairobi. We have discussions internally on expanding the program, not just in the Babadogo area, but also, satellite areas in Nairobi. So there's different places that we are considering, but also not just in Nairobi. If we can expand the model in Nairobi, and it works, then we can expand to other cities. And we've had different places that have shown interest, like Kisumu and Kilifi, that have shown interest in having the Builder program being expanded to those areas. And that's what I see in a few years. We'll have a Builder in every major city supporting, bottom of the pyramid women get themselves out of poverty.
That'll be really impressive.
Yeah.
But all the best. I'd love to see that in every other place that I go. Is there a fee for these women who you finally enroll into the program? Do they need to pay a fee?
We do not charge a fee. We do not charge a fee for the program. The program is actually subsidized by donor funding. So we've been lucky to be supported to support women. However, things that are free are usually not, I don't know if that's your experience as well, but free things are usually not consumed the same way as things that people pay for. So we usually require women to put a bit of skin in the game. So we ask them to pay for their examination fee, because we ask women after completing the 4 plus 4 months, 4 months intensive training plus 4 months placement, we ask women to pay for their examination fee, and our examination accreditation body is NITA, the National Industrial Training Authority. So the small amount that we ask them to pay goes directly to NITA, it doesn't come to us. But eventually, we would like to, continue expanding the program so that we can get as many women join as possible.
All right. So if you're a woman out there who's interested in construction, you're an artisan or someone who's aspiring to be one, please make sure you're checking out Build Her, and you will be built to build as well. So it's an interesting opportunity for women in the construction and manufacturing industry. Maybe a last call to action to the women that we are trying to empower, how they can reach out to you, physical locations, website, to ensure that you're setting them on that path. Especially because you said you have a call to next cohort for
application.
Yes.
In December.
Please do.
Yes. So you can reach us on Twitter @_builder. We are also on Instagram, Builder. You can watch a lot of our inspirational videos on the women that we've impacted on YouTube at Build a Nonprofit. And if you can shoot us an email, our email is hello@builder.org. You can also see some of the products that have been developed and the prototypes by women and then developed in our shop. So we have a builder shop that
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you can get to order some of
Yes, you can get to order some of the products that were started. The development was started by women, but then curated by Builder at Builder Shop, and Builder Shop is also on Instagram, and you'll be able to see the kind of quality that we're trying to push in the construction industry at the Builder Shop. Yeah.
All right. That is what we have here for you today in matters of empowerment of women in the manufacturing and construction scene. That is Daniel Midega, the head of impact at Build Hub. Please make sure you reach out to them. The next cohort is coming in, and if you do get in, reach back to us pia utuambie how the experience is like, and also we'd love to come through. We'd love to come through and check out the Builder shop and also to see your workshop.
Yeah. So our workshop is on Babadogo Road, Spectrum Business Park, office number 15. So you can be able to interact with the women, with the program, and also you can be able to check out the shop.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Daniel.
Thank you so
and
much,
all the
Richard.
best with Build Her.
Yeah,
all right. Going for that very short break, Biashara Tuesday, packed with conversations on empowerment. We're coming back with much more, so don't go too far. We are talking with farmers need empowerment. How do they access tractors? How do they cultivate non-genetically modified maize? And how do they have access to some of these mechanization techniques? Hello Tractor watakuwa hapa in just a short while. So if you have any questions, if you're a farmer, you have questions, how to access these opportunities from them, next conversation is empowerment of farmers. So siende mbali sana, Biashara Tuesday is coming back.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design. With branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa, our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
Why are you taking medicine? Are you okay?
Yes, I am. The tablet is for HIV prevention.
Pre-exposure prophylaxis, PrEP, refers to antiretroviral drugs taken daily by HIV-negative people who are at ongoing risk of HIV infection to reduce their chances of becoming infected. If used consistently, PrEP can reduce the risk of HIV infection by over 90%. However, because it does not protect against unplanned pregnancy, it should always be used with a family planning method. To get PrEP and any other HIV prevention method, visit a healthcare provider. To talk to someone on PrEP, uliza NASCOP at 0800 724 848 or use direct line 0726 460 000 or 1190. This message is brought to you by the National Syndemic Disease Control Council.
Sasa ni bora zaidi. Mwanzo mpya, mambo mapya. Msimu mwingine wa Boresha Kilimo unakuletea teknolojia ibuka, kilimo mseto, uongezaji thamani. Teknolojia dijitali ya mauzo inawezesha ufikiaji wa masoko. Soko moko yako, mahangaiko yako ya kufikia masoko yamefika kikomo, manake tunao Mkulima Yangu.
What Mkulima Yangu does is it connects farmers with the market.
Hii ni Boresha Kilimo kwa ushirikiano na Mkulima Yangu. Hatafutaye hachoki na kichoka kesha pata. Kwa makala maalum ya kilimo, ungana nasi kila Jumamosi saa 6:30 kwenye kipindi ukipendacho Boresha Kilimo.
Why gospel?
I chose gospel because I grew up in a family that always depend on God. In music kuna prophets, kuna preachers, na kuna teachers of word. Na pia kuna wenye wanakuja kufanya muziki for fame, kuna wenye wanakuja kufanya muziki kujibamba tu. So it depends what is your purpose in gospel ministry.
Lola ni programu inayokupa fursa ya kutizama video zozote pindi tu unapokuwa na nafasi. Hadithi za kukupa motisha, drama, maisha ya vyuo vikuu, teknolojia, masuala ya jamii, kuzuru maeneo tofauti, spoti, burudani na zaidi. Pata programu ya Lola sasa kwenye rununu yako kwa yote unayohitaji.
All right. Tuna move kutoka kwa fundi, tunaingia kwa farmers. Once you've done with construction, you have to eat. That's why farmers come in to try and feed the workforce of this nation. We had a conversation just right now with Build Her, speaking about how they are empowering women artisans in the construction space and manufacturing space. So kama wewe ni msichana mrembo na uko na appetite ya foreman, reach out to Build Her. They'll be able to put you on the right path of employability. Right about now, we're going to get and segue into empowerment of farmers. Fleet management in terms of the mechanics or mechanization that they're employing in their farming processes. What are the techniques they're using? Who can help them, of course, integrate that with technology? I'll be with an interesting party here from Hello Tractor. So you can say Hello Tractor, if you see us online, and Justin Orutwa will be speaking to us on those issues of mechanization and the Internet of Things as it relates with farming. So make sure you're tuning in for that conversation. If you have any question whatsoever, please, as I said, ask me on Twitter at Richard_Okenye at KUTV Kenya. Right about now, before I get into that conversation, it's important that we get news updates from KUTV right today. What has happened in your world in the past 24 hours, politically, economically, socially, and also technology-wise, and globally as well? How do we put that into perspective in business into the coming weeks? This is what is coming to you. News updates, don't go far. All right. Hashtag Biashara Tuesday at KUTV Kenya at Richard_Okenye. This is what has happened in your world in the past few hours, in the past few days as well. And we begin with sad news of a 5-story building in Ruiru town, which collapsed a few hours after the county government ordered the residents to vacate following the realization of visible cracks cited on Sunday. Mafundi wa Kenya Association, Mwaka, chairman, says that the cause of buildings collapsing recently is as a result of unclear terms on project supervision and monitoring by the contractors.
A 5-story building in Ruiru Town, Kiambu County collapsed shortly after its residents evacuated. The building, divided into commercial and residential parts, came down in the wee hours of Monday morning. Fortunately, more than 100 tenants who had occupied the apartment and residents in the nearby buildings had already been evacuated in an emergency operation that was supervised by Governor Kimani Wamatangi, as many here Arero residents narrates.
Leo mwendo wa saa 9:30 hivi tulianza kusikia kuna nyumba inaporomoka, simiti ilikuwa inatoa simiti na angusha chini, alafu nasikia cracks. Sikiwa saa kama majirani tulikuwa watu wa kwanza kuja hapa asubuhi na mapema, at least kuja tujulie hali majirani zetu.
Moreover, Mainaki here called upon Red Cross and humanitarian organizations to support the residents who are left stranded after evacuating the building. Following the collapse of buildings recently, George Okari, the chairman of Mafundi wa Kenya Association, said that the cause of building collapsing is as a result of project supervision and monitoring becoming ambiguous, where the liability is left to the contractor.
Supervision, monitoring, implementation, evaluation, and law enforcement has become increasingly confusing and ambiguous, more especially when project implementation liability has entirely been left to the contractor.
Nevertheless, Mwaka chairman proposed solutions to curb this, as the implementation of existing national construction development policy and the introduction of professional project supervisors.
Our proposed solutions: implementation of existing national construction development policy, national skills development policy, and national cooperative development policy must be implemented. Introduction of professional project documentation process on materials, human resource, implementation procedures, equipment, and visiting general public.
Ruiru Ward MCA Dan Gitau called upon tenants and residents to report immediately to authorities once they identify cracks in the buildings of residents.
Kuna ujumbe haswa kwa tenants, wale wapagaji wa nyumba, especially hapa Ruiru sub-county. From Githurai kwenda mpaka hapa Ruiru, kama kuna nyumba unaishi na unaona iko na shida, usigoje ile siku ya mwisho itakuja kukuagukia. Report that immediately. Kama unaona nyumba iko na crack ama iko na shida, inaanza kunyesha kwa slab, lazima upige ripoti.
Of course, we have seen several cases of building collapsing in Kiambu County. Funny thing is that the owner of that building that collapsed in Ruiru was caught. The landlady was caught in JKIA trying to flee the country in a cargo flight. So we are hoping that even as they are reactive to some of these incidences, they're also proactive in trying to regulate and supervise the construction. Because I think the issue is the planning is done under engineers, but the supervision is done without the presence of engineers. Unapata landlord Mshaongeza floor moja pale juu, which is outside the plan. However, stay safe and condolences to those who have lost their lives in the past few incidences. Now, in his first day visit to the Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya's President William Ruto said that Kenya is committed to the peace process in the eastern DRC. President Ruto, who is on a 4-day state visit to DRC and later to South Korea, left the country on Sunday, the 20th of November, and Ruto will later jet out to Korea for that 3-day working visit.
On Sunday, November 20th, President William Ruto left the country for a 4-day visit tour to Democratic Republic of Congo and South Korea, a visit aimed at fostering development in terms of trade, security, and investment between the regions. On his first day in DRC on Monday 21st, the president met with the country's President Felix Tshisekedi in Palus de Pepul, Kinshasa, where he noted that his administration, under the guidance of the East African Community, will do everything to ensure there is stability in DRC.
And DRC is not only good for the people of Congo, it is good for the people of our region, and it is also good for the people of Kenya, and that is why we are committed under the East Africa Community to do whatever it takes to support His Excellency the President, to support the government of DRC and the people of DRC so that we can have peace.
The two leaders also agreed to form a joint committee in order to be able to define the areas of cooperation with a focus on trade and investment.
We have set up a joint committee of ministers who will work around the clock on all the matters that are of importance to our two countries, from security to trade to investment to agriculture to energy and all the other areas that we have agreed upon, including public administration, so that we can leverage on the advantages we have in our countries.
Ruto's visit to DRC comes after Kenya deployed special forces to the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo as part of a regional force meant to track down rebels M23 and restore order in the region. Arno Dida for KUTV.
From the president, we move to his deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, who has of yesterday chaired a roundtable of both state and non-state actors in Garissa County to finding lasting solutions and respond to drought in the arid and semi-arid lands of Kenya. This and other similar continuous exchange of ideas, according to the deputy president, will result in a united approach towards addressing the root causes of drought in the country.
The discussion to find lasting solutions to the ongoing drought in the country comes in the midst of the delayed short rains being experienced in parts of the country, as the government remains committed to finding both short-term and long-term solutions to the ongoing drought.
Fellow Kenyans, whereas there has been a deliberate shift to relief cash transfers, the government still prioritizes relief food aid, especially to communities where markets have collapsed as a result of deteriorating terms of trade for pastoralist communities. A total of Kenya shillings 5.6 billion has been spent on relief food distribution.
The Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who chaired the meeting in Garissa County, was accompanied by Cabinet Secretaries Alice Wahome and Rebecca Miano. Also present were Governors Nathif Jama, Garissa County, and Ahmed Abdullahi of Wajir County. Rigathi said that the president had promised to see to it that no Kenyan would die of hunger.
Rais wetu William Ruto ametuagiza ya kwamba hata kubali akiwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Mkenya hata mmoja akufe kwa sababu ya njaa.
Gachagua thanked the development partners led by UN agencies, other multilateral organizations, and the private sector for their unwavering support despite the current global humanitarian challenges.
Na ndio tumefika hapa kwa ground ndio tuweze kujionea sisi wenyewe vile hali iko. Na ningetaka kuchukua nafasi hii kuwapongeza sana marafiki wetu kutoka nchi za ng'ambo.
This comes as President William Ruto today gazetted the names of a 15-member committee to find long-lasting solutions to combat the ongoing drought, led by telecommunications company Safaricom CEO Peter Ndegwa. According to the government and the UN, this year's drought has affected more than 4 million people in Kenya, being the worst drought experienced in a period of 40 years. Jacqueline Wanjiru, KUTV.
So now, a statement made by the Cabinet Secretary of Trade, Moses Kuria, has been largely criticized by leaders together with Kenyans at large. According to his statement, which was made yesterday, CS Kuria on his Twitter account said he urges farmers to sell their maize to millers so as to sustain the food security in the country.
Trade Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria on Monday, November 21st, made a statement directing farmers to sell their maize to millers so as to curb food security. In the statement, Kuria highlighted that the government will not import maize, stating that the country has enough maize to sell locally. Kenyans have expressed their views concerning the lifting of the ban on GMOs, especially after remarks by Trade CS that stated that with or without GMOs, Kenyans will still die. Citizens have criticized the move, stating it is unlawful.
GMO haikuji kumaliza tatizo la chakula Afrika. GMO imeletwa hapa kupatia kampuni za wageni faida. Faida ya kwanza utapata ni mbolea. Ya pili ni mbegu.
Kwangu mimi maoni yangu ni kwamba hii jina GMO ndio watu wamelisikia saa hii.
Azimio leader Raila Odinga on Sunday, November 20th, said that the government should consult agricultural experts and scientists, advising the government to consider public participation, stating it should be done extensively. On the other hand, religious leaders from Nyeri County, led by Catholic Archbishop Anthony Muheria, have asked CS Kuria to apologize to Kenyans for his remarks. The leaders have also advised the government to involve scientists before making any decision.
This move abandons our farmers, seeds, soils, and ecosystems to the benefit of foreigners and their companies. It's a betrayal of our country and our people.
We urge that the ban be immediately reinstated and an inclusive public participatory process be instituted to look into long-term and sustainable solutions to issues affecting food insecurity and agricultural productivity in the country.
The issue on GMO has continued to raise a lot of concern both from Kenyans and leaders. Solutions are yet to be established as public participation continues. The government established this move to curb food security, which has taken many lives. Edward Nyamu, KUTV.
All right, move on to a bit of election. The Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs is set to conduct public hearings on petitions which are seeking to remove from office the 4 Independent Electoral and Boundaries commissioners, IEBC commissioners, on grounds of violation of the Constitution and other laws, gross misconduct and incompetence, according to these petitioners.
The petition hearing concerning the removal of 4 IEBC commissioners who distanced themselves from the presidential results announced by IEBC Chair Wafula Chebukati, terming them as opaque, is slated for 24th to 29th November this year, according to the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee. This process kicked off last week after the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula approved the petitions and forwarded them to the relevant committee. Standing Order 230 of the National Assembly Standing Orders mandates Justice and Legal Affairs Committee to investigate the matter and report to the House within 14 days on whether the petition discloses a ground for removal under Article 251(1)(a) of the Constitution. On Thursday, the committee will hear 2 petitions by the Republican Liberty Party and Reverend Dennis Ndwiga, and the MPs will thereafter conduct a cross-examination of the party and the clergy. Responses and cross-examination of Juliana Cherera and Irene Masit will be conducted on Monday, with that of Francis Wanderi and Justus Nyang'aya slated for Tuesday next week. Jacqueline Wanjiru, KUTV.
All right, that brings us to the end of the updates there on KUTV Rise Today News. And we'll be now moving back to matters of Biashara, and we're trying to see how can the agricultural sector improve. We're going to have a discussion with Hello Tractor, which is an agriculture technology company that is helping tractor owners better manage their fleet, but also get to connect with farmers that need mechanization services. How exactly is that helpful? How have they been doing that so far? And if you're a farmer, if you're a tractor owner, how can you connect with Hello Tractor and get their services? Justin Oruto is an expert in IoT, the Internet of Things, and mechanization, and he's with Hello Tractor. He'll be with me in just a jiffy. So, kama uko na maswali, send them to us at KUTV Kenya, at Richard_Kenye. In a second, I'll be back. Right, okay. We're having a discussion about food with my next guest here because, of course, he's been interacting with farmers. So if you had a bit of a conversation leaking through to you, join us and pia tuambie, what's your favorite meal if you get to cook? If you're a farmer, what's your favorite meal to whip up? Justin ananiambia amaruranu. If you know amaruranu, please tell me at Richard_Kenye. Unajua amaruranu inamaanisha nini? I'd love to know if you're on the same wavelength. Lakini, let's get back to business on Biashara Tuesday. Hashtag, we are using hashtag Biashara Tuesday. And Hello Tractor are here with me. Of course, Justin Oruto, young engineer in matters of IoT and mechanization. They are providing agricultural technology to farmers who want to mechanize their processes and also helping tractor owners to get access to these farmers. I'll let him do all the talking because he knows better. But also, if you have any question whatsoever, if you're a farmer, please, this is the chance for you to be empowered by Hello Tractor. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Richard.
How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
Grateful to be here.
Do I say hello Justin or hello Tractor?
Hello Justin.
Hello Justin and hello Tractor.
Yeah.
What do people do at Hello Tractor in terms of technology in a way that we can get to understand? Because I understand, I know IoT, but I would be biased because I get to interact with technology a lot. Yeah. So for someone who doesn't know IoT, doesn't know what mechanization is, there's a farmer who doesn't even get to understand why technology comes in play with traditional industries like farming.
Yeah.
How does Hello Tractor do technology?
So I'm going to break this down in a way that everybody is going to understand this conversation.
Yes.
So Hello Tractor, as you mentioned, is an agricultural technology company, and our solution begins with a telematic device. So telematic device is more of a tracking device that we fit on a tractor. So that is where our solution begins before we even talk about the farmers and all the other segments in terms of farming. But again, when you look at the World Bank report of 2018, Kenya arable land was rated as at 10.19%. It means that the majority of the land that we have not put it into farming. And so Hello Tractor is coming in so that we can be able to bridge this gap. We can be able to increase the land under farming and cultivation. as we look forward to curbing these issues to do with food security and, you know, the current affairs we have right now to do with GMOs. So Hello Tractor is just also stepping in so that we can offer mechanization services. So the reason as to why all this land is not into farming, it's because most farmers do not have access to mechanization services. They find that the olden ways of doing things, we rely on just carrying a hoe going to the farm, and you know, humans, we are prone to wear and tear, and so just a few hours into that, you just try to go back home. So you have just done a very small piece of land. But now when we bring in mechanization services, I'm talking about now tractors here, as the company name suggests, Hello Tractor. So an equivalent work of 40 individuals in a day is just equivalent to an hour or a tractor service. And so, when we are talking about the mechanization service, we are helping the farmers so that they can have access to these tractors and equipment.
And mechanize their processes now.
Yes.
So you could rely on a jembe and a hoe to just go to the farm, but also get to upgrade, if I can put it like that.
That's correct.
All right. So now the objective behind finding or starting this agricultural technology company, of course, you've already told us most of the land which is unused, of course, they do not have the right mechanization techniques. So how does the technology work in terms of acquiring the services?
So we realized that a number of people who own machineries or tractors were not running a profitable tractor contracting business simply because of rogue operators. You see, when you own an equipment and you give it out, you're not able to monitor and assess what it has done on a given day. So I can give you an example of an individual who has a tractor, and you given your tractor to an operator. He goes out at the end of the day, he does 10 acres of land, and you see, you took the tractor by a loan. And he comes at the end of the day, he tells you I only did 2 acres, so he has already pocketed the money for the other 8 acres. So we are finding a solution to help these people run a successful tractor contracting business. So we designed the telematics that we fit on these tractors, and we designed a platform, a mobile application and a web application that you can be able to use as a tractor owner or as an equipment owner. And now once we fit these telematics on these equipments, they're able to transmit information. We rely on GPS data, and we rely on the real-time information that we collect from the electronic control units of these equipments. Then we transfer this data to our cloud, we analyze it with algorithms, and now we give it on the mobile application as fully processed data that is easily readable. And now the tractor owner can be able to monitor the amount of fuel that has been used on his tractor, how much distance your tractor moved at the end of the day, and how much land has your tractor done on a given day just from your smartphone. So from the comfort of your home, we give you a touch and a feel of your machinery or of your assets from the comfort of your house.
That's impressive. How many tractors have you availed to farmers so far?
So on our cloud, we have about 4,000 tractors that are connected to our cloud.
4,000
4,000 tractors. And so we are operational in 18 countries in Africa and 6 countries outside Africa.
Okay, how many farmers are those, roughly?
So I'm talking about these are now just only tractor owners. So if I talk about the number of farmers that we are able to link to these tractor services, we can talk about 5 million farmers. And in the scale, in the next 5 years, we want to increase that number to 10 to 15 million.
All right, so you said you've expanded to, you're present in 18 other countries.
18 other countries in Africa.
Okay, 4,000 plus tractors. You said 5 million farmers impacted so far?
Yes.
Yeah, so how do you, now that we've spoken about figures, so number of tractors, number of farmers, how do you measure the impact that these services is doing?
So at the end of the day, when we have already done our work, we normally do assessment because we rely on GPS information. And we can be able to see that actually the last analysis that I did, I could be able to see that there's been a lot of clustering in the western region of Kenya, and which is so densely clustered. And I can be able to tell that a number of individuals from that area are accessing our services using our mobile application. And when we began way back in 2018, the tracking was not that big in the market. And right now, when we look at the clusters, we're able to see that people indeed are embracing the technology. And that is how it has helped us to expand to other countries, even through our partnerships with other organizations who have also helped us to actually break into the markets in those countries.
All right.
Yeah.
That is really impressive. The kind of impact you've been able to do, of course, 2018 to 2022, that's about 4 years. Yeah, 4 years is quite impressive to look at. So apart from tilling the land, of course, which is the main primary purpose that the farmers are getting the tractors for, is there any other benefit that they can, or any other use they can apply on the tractors?
Yeah, so I think it's time we start thinking about conservation agriculture, because we are now deviating from the normal ways of us cultivating into more advanced mechanisms that can help us to increase our crop production. And that's why now we talk about conservation agriculture. So normally people are used to disc plows, but economists or agroeconomists will always tell you that this is not the best form of way that you can be able to use in your farming. So we have other forms of implements that can be used for conservation agriculture, like chisel plows instead of now just doing the plowing. At the same time, we always advise farmers, mostly I've been to Moya region, where people do a lot of rice farming, and there are those people who still do the normal way of harvesting. They have to go, they cut the grass, they cut the straws, and they just use the traditional ways of just removing the grains. But we have combined harvesters that can make our work so easier. We have sprayers, instead of just carrying a pump on your back, just go and spray a whole rice field. So there are so many other ways that we can be able to utilize these tractors to our benefit.
Okay.
Yeah.
We mentioned there that you guys are present in 18 countries.
Yeah.
That is in Africa. You're also outside of Africa?
Yes.
And where is that?
So outside Africa, we have partners in Bangladesh, we have partners in Pakistan, we have partners in India, in Guatemala, and right now we're having some talks with people from, they should be Brazil, so that we can be able to expand our markets into that.
Oh, so you're still expanding into other markets?
Yes.
All right. How much do the farmers pay to access these tractors?
So we don't have a fixed price because price varies from point to point. Like I can give you an example of here in Nairobi, in Limuru, people normally plow with 4,500 Kenyan shillings per acre of land. When you move to Kisumu, it's slightly 2,500 to 3,000 Kenyan shillings. But now if you go back to Meru, the prices are too low, as low as 1,800 Kenyan shillings. So if you have to fix your price, definitely you're going to lose the job, or are you going to lose your customers? So you have to be flexible, and as you move through the seasons, we don't have seasons at the same time across the country. So as you move from the western region, the season is over, goes to the coastal region. So at the end of the day, you'll have moved in a vicious circle, and that the prices, the variation of prices also is a factor to be considered when you are doing this kind of business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So different prices for different regions.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. You say you are in 18 other African countries, and also, as we've mentioned, outside of Africa. How would you compare the mechanization of agriculture in the different markets, as maybe compared to Kenya?
So I will look at the two major countries that I can say that we have seen a very big impact, that is Kenya and Nigeria. And I'll talk slightly about Uganda.
Okay.
So in Uganda, they have not embraced a lot of conservation agriculture. I think these are issues to do with the government. Our government has been very supportive because we have different partners from the NGOs around in Kenya and as well as in Nigeria, and they have really helped us to really break into these markets. We have even individuals who are resellers of our technologies. So you get the technology from us at a discount, and you go and you sell it to your customers. And so it's been a worthwhile journey here in Kenya, and I can say since 2018, because official operations began around in 2019 in Kenya, and we have seen a tremendous growth in terms of the technology uptake, and we're still really anticipating, because our headquarters is here in Kenya currently, so we run all the operations from Kenya. Yeah.
All right. What criteria do you use to give out the tractors? Of course, we have so many farmers in the country, and even in the other countries in which you're operating.
Yeah.
And since we are trying to prevent them from using just jembes and hoes and any other different traditional, tools for farming, to move to mechanization, what level or what better impact does a tractor have in a single day, maybe, as compared to a farmer using normal traditional tools?
Yes, so to the first question. So we are running some product we call pay-as-you-go, where we do an asset financing. So it's just like, not like any other bank financing, because you'll be required to have mortgage for the banks. But for us, as Hello Tractor, we want to empower those people in the rural communities who have no access to financing, and their earning rate is quite too low, and we cannot be able to tell them to pick a loan so that they can be able to finance the assets. So if you're a farmer and you're out there and you're listening to me, so if within your community you have access to a network of farmers who aggregate up to 500 hectares of land, so we as Hello Tractor will give you a tractor with 2 implements by a deposit of only 5%. So 5% deposit will be around 200,000. A tractor costs about, and the implement will cost about 3.5 million. So this commitment fee you're paying, so we give you a tractor, and on a daily basis, on a weekly basis rather, you're able to remit back depending on how much work your tractor has done. Because our tractor, we have already fitted them with the telematics, and now we're able to monitor how much work has your tractor done on a given day. So on a given week, cumulatively what your tractor has done. And now Hello Tractor will take a small percentage of what you've already made, and within a time frame of 3 to 5 years, you should have finished repaying back your loan, and you have fully access to your machine as a machine owner. Yeah, and so we're trying to empower these people because our main objective is to increase the number of tractors in the market, so that we can increase this 10.1% of arable land that we have in Kenya, and so that we can increase the production rate in our country.
All right.
Yeah.
So farmers to get themselves together, and then reach out to Hello Tractor and know how exactly they can get to acquire one of the tractors.
Exactly. So if you want to know on what it takes, you feel free to ping us an email at support@hellotractor.com. And at the same time, we have a representative who are more than willing to be on the ground. I personally, I spend most of my time in the field. So in a month's time, I think I sleep in my house for like a week, only 7 days.
Most of the time you're out in the field.
Yeah, most of the time I'm out in the field, and I'm able to meet with these farmers. I train them so that they can know how to use our technology, they can know how to use our mobile application to aggregate for demand. So that at the end of the day, now after we've seen that you've already aggregated enough demand and you have a network of farmers who are classes up to 500 hectares of land, we can free to give you a tractor, because we know that if you go and service these 500 hectares of land across the year, so our model dictates that you'll be able to repay back your loan within the shortest time possible, 3 to 5 years.
Last year in 2021, Hello Tractor won an award, the Ayute Africa? The Ayute.
Yeah.
The Ayute Award, right?
Yeah.
So what is it? What is the Ayute about? And pesa ilienda wapi?
So the Ayute challenge was a challenge that was put up by one of the non-governmental organizations. It's a non-profit making organization known as Heifa International. And so we went in to compete for this fund. And so we had this plan, or we had planned that we're going to run this pay-as-you-go, but we didn't have enough funds. So Heifa was gracious enough when we won this challenge, because we emerged as the top in this agri-tech challenge, and they awarded us $4.5 million, which we have pumped in to acquire more tractors and give these tractors to those farmers, small-scale farmers, so that they can be able to service farmers within their communities and improve farming.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a really good use of the money.
Yes.
If there's some left, we'll get to discuss after this show to enjoy how we can.
Yeah, feel free.
We can also use it.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So now, do you have partners that you're working with? This sounds like a lot of work. Of course, definitely it is a lot of work to go through all these countries and also with all these farmers and tractor owners. Do you have partners that you work with, and what is their role?
So we have different levels of partners, and depending on what kind of value addition they're bringing on board. For example, we have CMC Motors in Kenya, who supply us with tractors, and we have also partnered with CFAO Kenya. And in other countries, we've also partnered with other partners who are dealers. Let me talk about the dealers. So they have supplied us with the tractors, and at the same time, they're helping us to maintain these tractors. So our technology also helps us to monitor the tractor working hours, the engine hours, and servicing is dependent on the working hours and the engine hours. And so from that, we're able to find a common point of interaction with our partners, and they're also able to help us service and get help to our customers. Yeah.
That's Hello Tractor for you, of course. In very many ways, they've been partnering with the stakeholders who are giving them impact. And as we've heard, if you're a farmer, you can be confident that they have impact investment that will be very useful for you. So amass yourselves now, make sure may get into a group that is able to secure a tractor that will eventually be yours in a couple of years if you stick to their model, which has been working so far, right? So are there testimonials, by the way, now that I'm there? That
Yes,
we can...
we launched this pay-as-you-go program earlier this year. And if you go to our pages on Facebook, Hello Tractor, on Twitter, Hello Tractor, and at Instagram, Hello Tractor, you'll find that we already have some coverages. And I have one of my friends who accessed a tractor through our pay-as-you-go model. And so far, so good. This guy has been working tirelessly all day and night. And he's at 38% of his loan repayment. This is already the first year. So it means he can be able to even finish repayment of that in less than 3 years.
Wow.
So it's something that is working. We have not had any issue with the repayments from any of the individuals, because our model dictates that we can only request a fee or some given percentage of what you've made regarding if you've only made money. We do not take money if you've not made money. So if at the end of the week your tractor did not work, we'll not take anything from you. We only take something when your tractor has worked.
That's nice.
And we also help you, because once we give you this tractor, it doesn't mean we just give you the tractor and we leave you so that you can go and struggle on your own. So we also able to link you up to clustered farmers within your area. And now that the tractor has telematics, we can even send it to Uganda, to coastal region, to anywhere where there is demand, so that your tractor can go and work, and you can get a revenue out of it.
Oh, you can get revenue as you pay for it.
Yes.
That's a very interesting model, and I will allow you now to do finally a call to action to farmers who like to access this kind of model that you're using at Hello Tractor. And also, of course, if you have physical locations, they can come through. As you said, they can shoot you an email, but you will get to say that again.
Yes. So for any farmer who is out there and listening, we're here as Hello Tractor to help you access to mechanization services, and people who already own equipment. We can help you monitor and profitably run your tractor contracting business easily by just connecting your tractor to our Hello Tractor cloud. So if you want to reach us, find us on our Facebook pages, Hello Tractor, on Twitter at Hello Tractor, and on LinkedIn or on Instagram at Hello Tractor, and also feel free to ping us an email at support@hellotractor.com, and within the shortest time possible, you'll get one of our representatives reaching out to you. Thank you so much.
All right, that is Justin, of course, from Hello Tractor, an IoT engineer, data scientist, and well-versed in generally matters of engineering, telling us exactly what they do at Hello Tractor in fleet management and advanced agricultural mechanization techniques. So I don't think there's more I can add on top of that awesomeness that he just delivered. If you're a farmer, this is an opportunity for you to get empowered. So reach out to him, and if you can't, you can reach out to us, reach out to him. I'll love to connect, and you tell us how that experience looks like. Taking a short break to read your feedback. Alafu, I come back, it's 9:40 in the morning, almost wrapping it up. Usiende mbali sana, we have eaten the whole cow. Why leave the tail, yeah? I'll be back.
Kwa majina naitwa Amos Malingu Magero. Mimi ni tractor booking agent. Kazi yangu haswa kama booking agent ni kuunganisha wakulima wanaohitaji huduma ya tractor. Kwa sasa ninafanya kazi na wamiliki wa tractor wanaofika kama 10 hivi. Kabla Hello Tractor ifike hapa mashinani, wakulima walikuwa na shida nyingi sana. Kwanza hawakujua pale tractor inapatikana, maana wamiliki wa tractor walikuwa kwanza ni wachache, na hakukuwa na njia yoyote ya mkulima kujua atapata tractor wapi. Mkulima akiwa tayari anataka kulima shamba yake, mimi niko na yeye kijijini, ataniambia tu ninataka tractor. Naenda kwa shamba yake, hiyo application ina uwezo wa kupima, nijue shamba yake inatosha vipi ama ina eneo gani, alafu namfanyia booking na tractor inakuja. Maisha imebadilika. Kama booking agent, mara kwa mara nikibook tractor ije ifanyie mkulima kazi, nina commission hapo kidogo, na si hayo ni mapato, inaniongezea mapato yangu.
Kwa majina naitwa Samuel Ndongo kutoka eneo la Njolo. Mimi ni tractor owner. Biashara kitambo kabla sijaweka hii gadget ya Hello Tractor ilikuwa na challenges nyingi sana. Kwanza driver anaweza toka na tinga, jioni akirudi anakuambia nimelima eka 5 but the real sense amelima kama eka 6-7. After Hello Tractor naweza kumonitor tinga yangu mahali ilipo, nikijua kabisa ile heka exactly yenye imefanya, juu hakuna vile anaweza enda kwa njia kando. Kupanga bereni ilikuwa shida. Saa hizi tunasaidiwa na hii Hello Tractor. Customer akifungulia hiyo app anakuona mahali tinga yako iko. So sasa naye ana connect na wewe, sio inakuwa rahisi at least kupanga, utatoka kwa huyu uende kwa huyu kulingana vile wamejipanga wenyewe.
Biashara Tuesday has been live on air from 7 in the morning, and I am so happy that you guys have stuck through with it all the way to right about now. I am on Twitter as @Richard_Kenya, and we've also been streaming live on YouTube. A couple of comments, of course, from you guys who are enjoying the show, and I'll have to give a shout out to one Kingspin pale on Twitter, DJ Kingspin, Jovial Smile, and Youth Nation, represented there by Manessa. We did have Youth Nation here a few weeks ago, last week on Tuesday, yeah, we had Youth Nation speak about empowerment of the youth. By the way, this show has just turned into an empowerment forum for all and everyone, yeah. So if you're a farmer, a young entrepreneur, a youth, an aspiring politician, a woman in business, a woman in construction, anyone, a farmer, yani hapa hivi, empowerment conversations is what we have from the morning, and that's what we've been doing here. First beginning with, empowerment in terms of leadership and mentorship with the Jeff Hill Mentorship and Leadership Summit. They are in Kenyatta University and also in other few campuses, so you can check them out if you want to get mentorship to students, and also if you are also someone looking for mentorship yourself. Later, we discussed empowerment of women in construction by the guys from, we just had here Daniel from Build Her, and he was telling us, of course, how they are building the next generation of construction workers through women who are interested in being artisans. They operate in the settlement regions of urban settlement regions, and they also have a space in Babadogo, which is a HQ. If you can visit them there and see their workstation, they are very happy to host you because, as they said, they are open to visitors. And also here, we just did have a discussion again with one Hillary Matano, Nico Green, to tell us how they empower businesses to do sustainability reporting. Right now, to get financing, by the way, there is green financing. So if you're a business there's financing options which are besides what your venture is doing. If you're very good at sustainability, taking care of the environment, giving back to your society, doing corporate social responsibility programs, CSR, you can do sustainability reporting and eventually get yourself in a good path to securing financing. It's working, and I know it is. So if you don't know how to do that, reach out to Nico Green or reach out to me and I'll connect you to them. They'll help you do sustainability reporting as well. Right about now, off air has been one very interesting engineer, Justin from Halo Tractor. Justin Oruto, a mechanization and IoT engineer, of course, delivering that amazing close of conversations on how exactly can farmers get access to mechanization techniques through Halo Tractor, benefit, get more yield, and also earn from those very tractors at a very affordable and a very technologically empowered method of mechanization. IoT, the Internet of Things, is coming through to farmers. So kama ni farmer, get yourself together, anasema 500 acres. If you're together with a couple of other farmers, they'll be able to give you that at a very low interest rates as well, and also repayment plans which are very favorable for you. You see, it's all about empowerment. So as we go out, we're taking a look also throughout the week how business develops in the economy, how the government is handling its business, with the president out on state visits in DRC and also in South Korea. What can we realize from that as well? Enjoy your World Cup. Enjoy the rest of Biashara Tuesday. Morning shows coming through from tomorrow. WCW, Nina Gikunda. On Thursday, you have Ojwang Mariam. On Thursday, Throwback Thursday, TBT, and on Friday, Entertainment Friday, Emperor Sheka, who was here yesterday doing Art and Culture Monday, kwa sababu according to him, Kind Blessing anapiga sharubati pale Coast, piga mbizi na Dolphin east side na east side. But that's how amazing we have a team here on KUTV Rise today. From the whole team that is behind the camera, starting from my producer and director Ryan Ngure, and one other minor major Frank on the transmission desk as well, here in studio with so many people behind the camera, and one particular person, Angela, who said if I don't give us that shout out, she will not be showing up tomorrow. But thank you very much for guys for tuning in. My whole team is happy. As I always say, if you do want to have breakfast in the bed, sleep in the kitchen. I'll see you.
Taken for weakness.